When the Game Awards announced its new Accessibility Award for 2020, HyperDot stood out amongst heavyweights like The Last of Us Part 2 and Assassin's Creed Valhalla. With a grand total of 2 reviews on Metacritic, it hasn't been covered much by the press, but it launched in January of 2020 and debuted on Game Pass 3 months later. But what is it? Let's find out together and see if HyperDot is a game pass or a game fail. HyperDot can be most easily explained as a bullet hell shooter where you can't shoot. It's set in a circular arena and its win condition includes surviving for a certain amount of time or collecting a specific number of tokens. Take one hit and you must start all over again. While it's a simple concept, HyperDot gets a surprising amount of mileage from it. Each shape moves differently and leads to different types of levels. Squares fire in a straight line and form intricate patterns you need to dodge. Triangles and stars track you. The plus signs split into multiple smaller shapes, which is when things get really hectic. Each shape is simple enough on its own, but when multiple shapes are present at once, things become extremely chaotic. There are over 100 levels, and varying arena size, player speed, or power-ups make each one feel truly unique. There's also a level editor that lets you control all these things for a more custom experience, but it can be difficult to get started. While you can save your creations locally, currently the PC version does not let you share them online. There's also local multiplayer, but no online play. As noted by the Game Awards nomination, there's a ton of accessibility options like color choices, customizing screen shake, and the ability to play with just about any sort of input device. The main problem is that it's extremely difficult. While it's more fair than your average shoot 'em up from Japan, the losses sometimes feel like they're completely out of your control. Arena modifiers like dark areas that require memorization or ice arenas that make the controls feel slippery are overkill. Some of the patterns are so intricate, HyperDot sometimes feels like it's testing your controller calibration more than your actual skill. We barely got into the back half of the campaign. Retrying each level is painless, and the one more try feeling is strong, so don't let your struggles completely discourage you. HyperDot is on an island on Game Pass. There's simply nothing else like it. Even if you're looking for a simple side-scrolling shoot-'em-up like Gradius, there's nothing on offer. The closest comp we can find is Hotline Miami, and well, you can tell the two games aren't even close. If you like its highly repeatable, active puzzle elements, Tetris Effect is a solid choice, but again, we're really stretching here. As for games with robust creation tools, Minecraft is only available on the console version of Game Pass, and on PC there's a platformer tool called Levelhead, but it's nowhere near as flashy or flexible as something like Super Mario Maker. HyperDot truly stands on its own. Now it's time to find out, is HyperDot a game pass or a game fail? HyperDot has been a real eye-opener. We had no idea that there's not a single bullet hell shooter on Game Pass until we tackled this odd game. So if you're into that sort of thing, it's an invaluable addition. If you're someone who relishes a true challenge, it's also a satisfying choice. Even if you're easily frustrated, it's designed to soften the blow of each failure. And the best part is, Game Pass lets you try it with minimal risk. Just don't try to binge it, or you may need to buy a new controller. As the lone entry in a subgenre that works well within the framework of the platform, HyperDot gets a Game Pass. Join us next week as we take a look at State of Decay 2.